This is the news event tool and data feed to show you all news events ahead of the time in any market and on any time frame. You see the lines here for news events. They plot in the future for scheduled news events coming up as well. You see up here we even choose to display multiple events based on impact, low, medium, and high. So if you don't want a low impact, we just uncheck it and they are removed from the chart. When we want to know which event we're looking at, we just hover the mouse over the line like so and see what's taking place, like the ISM manufacturing PMI. Okay, so now we'll move this out and you see here two events coming up. One is the retail sales in Germany and the Great Britain construction PMI. Or we can flip on all levels of impact and stay ahead of any scheduled news event coming up in the future. Now the next feature is we display news events by country impact. Now by default you use Europe, Great Britain, Japan, and the United States. But you can choose as many of these as you want to plot on your chart. Or go ahead and mix and match based on what you're trading that day, like the ES, crude oil, currency futures. That'd be influenced by these markets' shifting news events. Now here's the next cool part is the news data feed, which comes with the new tool. We can click and have an instant rolling data feed of non-scheduled economic news events with the time it occurs and a quick headline. And check this out. When you click on any of them, it takes you to the source for details. So you never get blindsided by any kind of news event again. The news feed is a free floating bar, so you can leave it on the chart, put it somewhere else, or if you don't want to see it, you can just go ahead and hide it and get back to focusing on the scheduled news events. These tools are all designed to save you the hours of scanning multiple news sites, paying for expensive monthly news feeds, and the pain of getting blown out of position or missing an opportunity because of a market shifting scheduled news event that just happened. It's all plotted on the chart for you, so you will never again forget or have to set multiple reminders and sticky notes during the session. Now all that by itself would be pretty cool, but we're interested in making money from scheduled news events. So we also have a full-blown trading strategy that comes with it. Okay, so now we're on a market replay chart for the ES. I brought the time frame down to 1 minute so you can see how early you can get into these moves, but it will work on any time frame. Now at the top of the chart you see I added the news block tool, and we still have the news event tool here. Now what I changed is just the high impact events and kept currencies at default. When we look at the chart you see this scheduled news event right here, the US non-defense capital goods order, excluding aircraft at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Now this can always be a market moving event. We're pre-market right here at 8:15, so we'll speed up the market until we come to the event time. Alright, so now we're at the news event. As soon as 8:30 happens, we'll start tracking the reaction without any judgment, just what we see, not what we think if it's good or bad. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the start button and you can see the grid. The thick blue line here is the mean price at the time of the news event, with a grid over it and under it. Alright, so now as we let the market play, you see it instantly plots a high and a low line for you. This is the high reaction from the news event and the low is the low reaction of the news event. And you see here, we're basically selling off right here, right? Okay, so when I pause this for a second, we have a lot of evidence after the news event to what happened. And more important, how the market reacted without any judgment on our part. So there's no guesswork. It's just what we see happened. On top, we have a couple of stats. You see here, we're 20 bars away from the news event, which in this case is 20 minutes after the news event because we're on a 1 minute chart, with a trading range of 27 ticks starting from top to bottom of this area. Now we have multiple strategies to trade these, which we'll give you in the course, but I can show you a basic setup. Now as I mentioned earlier, we keep it simple and trade what we see. So we see 8:30 was a news event and sold off completely with no sign of holding it off. So now we're moving around a bottom with 3 green bars with a 27 tick range. So our trade idea is to ride this back to that thick blue line, which is the mean, because chances are very high we'll hit even before the market opens, which means we go long around this level. Alright, we can now speed up the market and see what happens. As you can see, it makes it back and right at the market open to retest the level. Last but certainly not least, we include a bonus tool. This is the reaction signal tool, which is perfect for taking multiple quick scalp type trades off news events through the day. So this is a 5-minute ES chart, and you can see how simple this is. The red dot means we'll sell, and the green dot is a buy after each news event and reaction. And it works on any market and time frame. So you see up there was a news event and a sharp sell-off reaction. Now you could scalp for a quick profit back here, and you buy this one here. You sell this one here, and it took a while, but the reaction came. Now here pre-market is a little conflict, but even then it works. Now here you can buy, and you bought the bottom. You can buy the dips here. And again, all those signals are reaction signals to a news event. It's not a bet on the event itself, but it's what happens afterwards, which the probability is very high that price will revert back to the mean like I showed you in the beginning. Now this alone is an amazing tool that some of our students use even as their primary trading strategy. So as you can see, adding the NinjaTrader strategy and tool suites will not only save you tons of time scanning and tracking news events, there's nothing else like it that helps give you the immediate potential to profit from the reaction to any event that you want. So if you're ready to profit from market-moving scheduled news events that happen in your favorite markets, be sure to check out everything you get on this page. And I'll talk to you in the members area once you place your order.